Hi, this is a step-by-step guide on how to use the Scene Optimizer tool for Maya. So what the Scene Optimizer tool is it's a tool that is designed to make optimizing a scene for export to a game engine or another program simple, fast, and efficient. The Scene Optimizer tool allows you to a couple of choices. You can optimize a single Maya scene, or you can optimize a directory of Maya scenes. If you optimize the directory of Maya scenes, it's important to note that these options that you choose below will apply to all the Maya files within that directory. So once you've selected which method you'd like to use, you can select which options or which of these operations you want to be applied to your scenes. You can choose to clear construction history, freeze transformations, center pivot points, and optimize the scene size. So for this first example, we're going to do the single scene. So to do that, you just make sure that that box is checked, and then click on the Browse button. When you click on the Browse button, you'll be able to choose on the file you would like to use and then open it. As you can see, there is a filter down here at the bottom. Right now it's just showing ASCII files. If you click on this, you can switch it to binary, and you could open binary files. So as you can see, this is what the actual folder directory looks like. It has the two files in it, and then I also have a test directory, which we'll be using later to demonstrate the optimizing an entire directory. And if you open that up, there's just a bunch of files in there. So, all right, we'll select the test file scene, or the test scene, and we will open that. Once it's opened, you can see the path in there, so you know that it has selected it. And then you can go about choosing your options. For this example, we'll just select all of them. I just wanted to show you, so this is the scene we will be optimizing, this test scene. I just wanted to show you that, so you can see if you click on the objects, that the transformations have not been frozen. There's a lot of history in there that has not been deleted that you can see. Same with this, it's not completely zeroed out, and also you can see that the pivots are not centered, things like that. So what we can do is, also you can see the outliner has a bunch of empty transform nodes that are just taking up space and need to be cleaned up. So that's what this script will do. So now that we have everything done, we'll just click on Optimize Scene. Once you've clicked on that, it will prompt you that you're about to optimize the scene with the settings that we've chosen. It will tell us that our scene was saved as a copy in a new directory, and the directory will be called Maya Edits. And then it lets us choose to continue. If we don't like it or want to back out for whatever reason, we can just say no, and nothing will happen. But in this case, we're going to go ahead and say yes, I'd like to optimize this scene. Okay, so now the script is letting us know that the file we have open right now is not saved. And to be able to complete these operations, the current file must be saved. So we can go ahead and either back out if you decided there are some other changes you want to make, or you can just click Save File and it will save it for you. I'm getting this, and I'm going to be getting it throughout this whole demonstration because I'm using the student version, and it's just popping this up saying that I'm saving it with the student version. So every time I save a file, it's going to pop this up. So I'll go ahead and click continue, and then it's doing this again because now what it's done is it's actually opened the file we picked, ran all those operations on it, and saved it out to the new directory. So we'll go ahead and continue. If you didn't have the student version, you wouldn't see this, and it would just be an instant process. So now it's letting us know our scene was successfully optimized and that it is found in the Maya Edits directory. So we can go ahead and close that, and it will close down the UI for us. Now if we take a look at the scene, you can see everything has been zeroed out. Construction history is nice and clean. And also the outliner has now been cleaned up, and it's not a bunch of empty nodes that we don't need. So our scene is now optimized, and now we can see if we pull back in that our file structure, We can see now we have another folder called Maya Edits. If you open that up, there's our test file right in there. So now we will be doing a demonstration on doing an entire directory, which will be this directory right here. So, okay, let's go ahead and do that. So we'll pop up the Scene Optimizer tool again. This time we need to make sure that Optimize a Directory of Scenes is selected. It will let us know now that we're about to do a directory, and I will click Browse. So now we just select the directory we want to do, which is this test directory. Click the Save button, and it will save the path into our UI. As you can see, the program remembered the last operations I performed on the single file, and it kept those values in there for us, which is great because we're going to do the same thing with this directory. So now we'll go ahead and click on Optimize Scene. It will then let us basically tell us the same thing as before. We'll click Yes. It's telling us the file is not saved once again, so we'll go ahead and save that. Click Continue because we have this. Now it's running on the directory, and since there's a bunch of files in there and I have the student version, I'm going to have to go ahead and click Continue a bunch of times as it saves out each file. So the nice thing would be if you didn't have the student version, this would be an instant process, and we'd then see this, and it would say that they've been optimized successfully, and it's in the My Edits directory. Go ahead and close that down. Now we can see, once again, okay, these have all been zeroed out. Our outliner is nice and clean, and our pivot points have been centered. And now we'll pull in the directory again. Now here is the test directory. We now have a Maya Edits folder and all of those optimized files in that directory. So the nice thing about this is it's a completely non-destructive way of optimizing all your Maya files quick and easily. If we want to see, we can just go ahead and open up this original file we did. Let's not save this because we didn't do anything to it, and we can see we still have all the values that have not been changed. Pivot still not centered, outliner not cleaned up. So this is the original file with no changes to it that you get to keep as well. So that's it for this rundown of how to use the tool, and I hope you found it helpful.